Every stranger who met Shadow unknowingly became part of the same quiet experiment. First, they noticed an enormous dog. Then, they felt nervous. Finally, they met him. The result almost never changed. In less than 30 seconds, fear gave way to trust, proving that genuine kindness can rewrite a first impression faster than anyone expects. Every walk with Shadow begins almost the same way. People stop, stare, or quietly move aside as his giant body comes into view. I understand their reaction because his size is impossible to ignore. His powerful build, steady posture, and calm expression can make anyone believe they are looking at a dangerous animal. Before they know anything about him, they have already created a story in their minds. I never argue with those first impressions. Instead, I simply let the experiment unfold. The next part is always my favorite. Someone gathers enough courage to step closer. Shadow lowers his head, offers a gentle sniff, or patiently waits for a soft hand on his nose. Within moments, worried faces begin to relax. Smiles replace hesitation. Laughter follows silence. Time after time, people admit they expected something completely different. They thought he might scare them, yet all he wanted was affection. Every encounter reaches the same ending, reminding me how quickly compassion can replace fear when people give each other a chance. Those small moments became the reason Shadow found an audience online. Friends encouraged me to share videos, and millions of people watched the same emotional pattern repeat itself. One popular clip showed Shadow slowly raising his huge head above a low fence. People jumped back in surprise before realizing he was simply curious. They laughed, reached for their phones, and shared the moment because the ending always defeated their expectations. Shadow never tried to entertain anyone. He simply revealed his true nature. The video that meant the most to me looked much quieter. Shadow calmly walked beside me through a grocery store without barking, pulling, or causing any disturbance. He moved carefully through every aisle as though he had done it forever. Many viewers questioned why a dog that large belonged inside a store. That reaction was exactly why I shared the video. Shadow is a service dog, and every calm step challenged the assumptions that so many handlers and working dogs face each day. His behavior answered questions better than any explanation I could have given. People sometimes believe I spent endless hours teaching Shadow to appear friendly. The truth is much simpler. I trained his skills, but kindness was never something he had to learn. It has always been part of who he is. He greets every person with quiet curiosity instead of suspicion. At home, he forgets how large he really is. He stretches across the couch with his belly in the air, completely relaxed, looking more like an oversized puppy than the giant strangers imagine. Seeing that side of him reminds me every day that love feels safest when it is freely given. Shadow also stays close wherever I go. His steady presence feels like a silent promise that I will never face the world alone. He watches carefully without demanding attention, always choosing calm over excitement. Living beside him has changed the way I see strength. The strongest hearts do not always announce themselves. Sometimes they simply stay close, offering comfort without expecting anything in return. Now Shadow is nearly 2 years old, and strangers often recognize him before they recognize me. Hearing someone happily call his name for the first time filled me with gratitude. It meant that this gentle giant had quietly reached people far beyond our neighborhood. He was changing minds without speeches, arguments, or dramatic moments. Every meeting became another successful experiment, showing that patience and kindness can overcome fear in only a few seconds. Each walk leaves behind more than footprints. It leaves behind smiles, conversations, and people who see large dogs a little differently than before. Shadow continues proving that appearances rarely reveal the whole truth. The biggest dog someone meets may also be the gentlest soul they will ever know. If Shadow's story warmed your heart, please like this video, share it with someone who loves animals, and subscribe for more true stories. If you are considering adopting or caring for any special animal, take time to understand their needs, seek advice from experienced people, and always lead with patience, compassion, and love. Those gifts have a remarkable way of finding their way back.
Go say hi.